Hello everybody and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian, filling in for Jim Rogers today. The Sulphur Springs Police Department is still trying to locate a 17-year-old man wanted in connection with the shooting that occurred late Wednesday in the 100 block of Russell. Dakota Hunter Parker has been named in an arrest warrant for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There's also a second warrant naming Parker that is unrelated to the shooting. The victim, who has not been identified by the police department, is said to be in good condition, and he told police officers who shot him. A shotgun believed to be used in the shooting has been recovered, according to Police Detective Sergeant David Gilmore. Sergeant Gilmore has been interviewing people in connection with the shooting, but is yet to reveal a possible motive. Sergeant Gilmore is asking anyone who knows the whereabouts of Parker to contact the police department. Hopkins County Fire Chief Andy Inslee told KSST News Thursday that the County Environmental Department would be relocated to the county fire station as of Monday morning. Chief Inslee said county officials made the move for better efficiency and to save taxpayer dollars. He said rather than hire a second person to assist County Environmental Officer Jim Dial with septic and aerobic tank inspections and cases of illegal dumping, 2 county fire marshals and a part-time county firefighter will be providing assistance to Dial. The county fire department personnel will be going to special training sessions so that they can assist Dial. Dial has been located in a building off of College Street, located back behind the county annex on Jefferson Street. The number for the County Environmental Department will remain the same. Dial's new office space at the county fire station will be in an area that once housed the Trax bus office. Beginning October the 1st, Christus Trinity Mother Francis Sulphur Springs will be offering the Epic Electronic Health Record for the purpose of improving communication and access to information for both patients and health providers. Epic offers patients a MyChart account. To sign up for MyChart as a new patient, visit christustmf.org and schedule an appointment online to begin the MyChart account. Existing patients should contact their Christus Trinity Mother Francis Health System Provider's Office. The staff there will verify their identity and provide them with a unique account activation code. Then the patient just needs to visit christustmf.org/mychart and click Sign Up Now and get started. Patients can view their medical records, make appointments, and even pay bills online.
We already knew it was about to be Farmers Electric Cooperative's 80th anniversary. They sent one of their representatives for an interview here at KSST and Channel 18. Member Care Services Director happens to be our very own Samantha Crouch. She's going to tell us about this Saturday's major event.
I serve both as general counsel for the co-op, so I'm the co-op's attorney, but I also serve in a role as director of member care services. So I do a lot of our contact center, so all of our great employees that you call in and visit with if you've got a question about your bill, or we get folks calling in to tell us what a great job we're doing even. So all of those kind of customer-facing duties, I supervise those, as well as our communications department.
Okay. Well, it's wonderful. I didn't know you were with this company, and when you walked in, I said, I know this gal.
It's so nice to see a friendly face. I appreciate that. Yes, I've been with the co-op since 2009.
Okay.
So in my mind, I've been there quite a long time, but really in the co-op world, we have long tenured employees, and it's just such a wonderful place to work. We've recently had a gentleman retire who had been there for more than 40 years.
Oh my!
You know, got out of high school or got out of the service and started their careers. We have several sort of long-term employees. It's a great place to work.
And that sure does speak well for the place. Now tell us about this anniversary or birthday.
That's right. We were founded in 1937, so this year represents our 80th year. You can imagine that the world that we served back in 1937 was really drastically different than our world today. A group of farmers got together in the late 30s and said, we've got to have power to our farms and our homes out in the country, because what these guys were realizing was the larger investor-owned utilities didn't see that they could make profits by bringing wires out into the country to serve these farms. There wasn't enough densities, sort of between houses. They were having to build too much line to get there. So these guys came together and said, well, we'll just do it ourselves. And it kind of really exemplifies the, do-it-yourself, hardworking sort of ethic that is still in rural Northeast Texas.
And depending on one's neighbors.
That's exactly right. And that's literally what they did. These guys, it would never happen today, sort of can't happen today, but these guys helped actually build the facilities out to their house to get power to rural Texas.
I've heard more than one old-timer tell me that they remember when the day the power line was supposed to come through and the kids running, they're coming.
That's right. And the other thing that we hear a lot is the gentleman who started the co-op, they were tasked with going to these farmers who were just coming out of the Depression. There's a lot going on in the world, and asking these guys for $5, which to those fellows would be all the money in the world. And so it was a really monumental task to get the motivation to get it done, but they did. And here we are 80 years later. We serve 45,000 members, which I think you could sort of quantify to 45,000 households almost. We do have some larger industrial members also, but a lot of our members are residential. So that's, you can see the growth that we have. In fact, as we speak, we have so much growth. A lot of our growth is in the western part of our territory, sort of toward the Metroplex.
Okay.
But as we speak, we have a little over 5,500 lots that are in development in subdivisions. So you can see we have really shifted from being purely rural and being miles and miles between farmsteads and homesteads to serving subdivisions in Wiley, Murphy, Saxe, Kaufman. So our territory stretches from, we actually go into Dallas County, just a little tiny bit in Dallas County, that far west, and then we come east and we go all the way over to Franklin County, out as far as, say, Hagensport, Talco. So we sort of span that I-30 corridor. We touch parts of 12 counties.
Wow.
That's where all of our members come from. So our 80th celebration is going to be this Saturday. Our annual meeting is going to be at the Hopkins County Civic Center. And we hope, it would be incredible, but what if all 45,000 of our members came?
And brought all the kids.
That's right. So we start about 8 o'clock. All of our members should come and register with us. And we'll have coffee and donuts, and we've got stuff for the kids. We have some face painters. We've got some caricature artists. And then we have a great meeting where we'll update our members on a little bit of history, but also on a lot of the new things that we're doing and how we're utilizing technology to help our members, and how they can stay educated about what we're doing and what's going on at the co-op.
Well, you rank kind of across the nation as a pretty large co-op.
That's right. In fact, we are the 10th largest co-op in the state of Texas. And knowing that in Texas really houses a lot of the larger co-ops in the United States. In fact, the largest co-op in the United States is in Texas, down in the Hill Country. So there we rank at 10 just in Texas. So
you had mentioned this attitude of let's do it ourselves, let's take responsibility for something else that happened recently.
That's right. We saw the need that was presented to some of our co-op brethren, if you will, after Hurricane Irma. And so we had some contacts. We knew some guys at Central Georgia. There's a cooperative in Central Georgia, and they needed some help. So we sent a crew. We had nine of our linemen, including one supervisor, who went to Central Georgia. And they got out there, and they were so ready to work. In fact, we received an email back from Central Georgia, and one of their managers said that they really appreciated the work ethic from these guys, and that they had sort of started calling them the Texas Bull Crew, because they had other crews who would either be a little bit hesitant or not want to do certain work. But our guys, it didn't matter what they were given, they went and they did it well, and they did it timely. So I was really proud of our employees for doing that, and they made a good name for themselves in Central Georgia. So.
Well, we enjoy a great listenership of people out in the area around us who listen to KSST and have Farmers Electric Cooperative power, and
Absolutely.
That sort of links us together. We'll mention again about your anniversary celebration on Saturday.
That's right. Saturday morning at the Civic Center, 8 o'clock, we'll kick off registration. And
Are there prizes?
There, absolutely. Sorry, that's one of the most important things we do. We give great information, and then at the end of our meeting, we give away really a great number of door prizes. We have some cash, we have some gift cards, and this year we're doing something a little different. In the past, we have given away actually a truck or a car. It's one of our used vehicles of our fleet, but this year we're giving away some free power. So we have a new product that we're rolling out. We are giving away renewable energy blocks. So for those who are interested in conservation or being a little bit green, we have a new product. You can buy all renewable energy from us. So it's for 12.5 cents a kWh, you can have all green power. So it comes from a mix of solar, hydro. We've got some wind power coming online soon, but we've actually partnered with a group out in Commerce. You could actually drive out and see the solar farm from which some of our renewable energy is coming.
That is so exciting, Samantha.
It's a long way from 1937 when we were just struggling to get poles in the air. So we've come a long way. So that's what our grand prize is. We're giving away some blocks of power and an energy audit. We're doing all kinds of things to help our members be more efficient. So that's what our grand prize package is this year.
Oh, that sounds great. And thank you very much for, kind of having your finger on the pulse of the needs and giving people appreciation back.
Well, we, as a member-owned cooperative, we really try to think about that every single day as we go about our work, that we work for our members. We are there to serve them, and we really, truly try to instill that servant attitude among our employees.
I love the magazine that you put out, the Texas Co-op magazine.
Yes.
It is so interesting. And if you don't have Farmers Electric Cooperative power, I don't know if you can get one.
I think that you're probably right. It is a perk, really, for our members. It's a great way to that we use to communicate with our members about what's going on, not only in our co-op, but other co-ops across the state. They occasionally have recipe contests, or there's always great sort of human interest stories there, too.
That's right. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me this morning. Thank you.
Okay.
The Wildcats Marching Band will have their first contest of the season Saturday as they prepare for UIL competition in October. I talked with Wildcats Band Director Charles McCauley.
We're going for the first time in my 30-year career. We're going to a contest on the 30th of September. Wow. Never gone one in the calendar month of September before. I really didn't know if the contest was going to make or not, and there's 22 bands there, and there's some good bands there, some bands that were state finalists last year at Austin. So it's going to be a good test for us. It's going to be a good, very good run for us. The judges are all really well-known, outstanding names. So I feel like we'll get some good comments, and we hope to go twice. They've added a finals portion of this contest, and so we're hoping to go twice tomorrow.
Where will it be?
It's at Texas Stadium Commerce. I told the kids yesterday that 3/4 of the field is yellow because it's part of the Lion's Head. And that's a little different, but it's a really nice field, and it's a really well-run contest. We've gone the last 2 years, and we perform at 3:30, and if we make the finals, then we'll perform that night again at some point. So that's what we're hoping. 2 times, being judged twice really is kind of like having a week of practice. I mean, because you get 2 actual performances under the lights and in full uniform. And, every time you have a performance, we're at the point now in the show where every time we run through it, something else different happens. Like you always have, anytime you have live performances, you have a glitch. Not a bad glitch, but something is different. And so we asked him after every time we go through it to think of 2 or 3 things. We mentally go through each part and see if what they can see that they need to be done the same because it was good, or maybe tweak it to make it a little better. So I really like this time of year because we start really tweaking this every day. I mean, every day in practice, we're adding stuff, we're changing stuff, trying to make things better. The last 2 weeks, we've changed notes and changed chords and just changed stuff here and there, trying to make it better, change body postures, change stuff that the regular audience would not notice, but we do, and they notice it because it's better, but I don't know why it's better. And it's just a great time of year. And we're actually going to be adding next week a pre-show, which is going to be happening right before we perform, and that'll be a couple minutes. So we'll add it next week. It's just there's a lot of moving pieces at one time. I emailed the parents yesterday about our schedule for the weekend, and there's a lot of things happening at one time, and they need to all go right. And so the kids are working hard. We think it's the kind of show that we will continually work on until hopefully we get to go to area. So there's a lot of things. I mean, this is we have a contest Saturday, then we have a week. We don't have one next Saturday. We have one on the Monday the 9th. And then we have only 3 days of practice to the next one, and then only 2 days to UIL, and 1 day of practice, and then only 3 days to the next one. So, tweaking and making it better and changing it and getting it better. It's a fun time. We started working on this thing concept-wise last October, so in my mind, in my life, it's been around for a year almost now, and to see it go from thought to on the field is really a cool thing.
Yeah, I was going to ask, the concept, if you're really, has it gotten, better or worse? But obviously you still like it.
It actually has gotten better because once the concept was come up with, then you start including all the other staff, and they start coming up with ideas, and why don't we try this, and why don't we do that, and they've all contributed greatly. Mr. Taffel has done some really cool stuff with visuals this year. Ms. Bialecki has helped a whole bunch with woodwind work, and Mr. Proctor. I mean, they all help and they all contribute with ideas, and so it becomes a team effort, and then we present the best product we can to the students. So that's what we're wanting. We're wanting it to be really good tonight, and really good tomorrow. And our philosophy is, one notch up the ladder. One day should be better than the previous day, and we hope the crowd will be really responsive tonight. It ends big, so that's good. We hope the crowd will be real responsive tonight at the game, and get ready for tomorrow.
That's Channel 18 TV News for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm Don Julian, filling in for Jim Rogers.